This is Kenneth Yates with MMAabsolute.com, and we're here with the Just Scrap Heavyweight Champion Chad the Bromo Bull Thomas, who's also set to be fighting on the August 27 Pro Elite card. Chad, first of all, thanks for taking the time out to talk with us today. When did you get the news that you're going to be fighting on the card?
I actually found out this past weekend at the Just Scrap events with JD and Rich Cho, but it was actually up in the air ever since May after my last fight with Eric Edwards. Um, JD approached me. I met Rich Cho at that fight, and the Pro Elite was in the air and whatnot. But to get locked in on the card, I say a couple weeks ago, confirmed it this past weekend.
And has there been an opponent set for you yet?
Yes, it was Jake fought a guy all the way up until last night. Found out at the gym when we was training that some reason he's out. So the replacement is this guy Matt Tualesi.
And what ran through your mind when you first got the news? Because this being the first Pro Elite card here back on the islands, it's going to be a pretty big show. Were you excited? Were you nervous?
Oh yeah, I was stoked. You know, just being involved with a big organization like that. I was really excited and looking forward to the show. Yeah, it was good news for me.
And this is going to be your first fight out of Hilo. What are some of your thoughts and feelings about fighting out of Hilo?
Um, well, luckily it's still in Hawaii, somewhat. I mean, we're not on the same island, but we're in the Hawaiian Islands. So, and actually JD, my trainer, my manager, he's always talking about as an amateur, you want to try to accumulate as much amateur fights as possible because amateur fighting is kind of like a preseason football game where you get yourself ready. So the more amateur fights I was fighting, I was getting used to the crowd, to the cheering, to the adrenaline rush, and yeah, for me, I just gonna take all that knowledge I learned from JD and I gained over all my amateur fights and take it to Wahoo and just block out the cheering or the booing in the crowds and just concentrate on the person in the cage and just go in there and do what I gotta do. So it's probably not gonna be that much of a difference fighting on the Big Island or Oahu.
Well, Chad, it's always a pleasure to talk with you. Is there anything you would like to say to anybody that's watching this? Any shout outs to anybody?
Actually, yeah, just first of all to my wife and my family for supporting me. Of course, to JD, BJ, Reagan, the Penn brothers for helping me training and for getting me where I am. Chad Hotwell doing all the hard work, all the grinding for me. Boss, Ross the boss, he's the man. Good trainer. Works a lot with me. We don't have that much heavyweights in our gym, so Ross always fills in at the spars and whatnot. Troy Mendalones, another animal, another guy that fills in as on heavyweight for me. Even though he's not really on heavyweight, but Troy's in there for me. Shane Nelson, great teacher, jiu-jitsu on the ground, good standout. Poai Sunganuma, that guy, that's one. He's another animal, helps me a lot with my sparring. Jay Carter came the other day, a couple days helping me. Just all these guys, all these big name guys from Hilo, but just fortunate for being hanging with them and be training and getting knowledge from them. Worked a lot with Khalil Gamble, Bubba Dudois, Shane Pacaro, good names, I can name so much different names, but all them guys at the gym, at the Penn Fitness Training Center, Boss MMA, the gym Creed Hammers, good guys coming out of there, it's top notch. And like to thank Basta for doing the MMA Absolute, Absolute. About to get 7 kids. He doing what he gotta do, man. If it wasn't for him, none of us local fighters could see our friends fight on Maui when we living here in Oahu, you know what I mean, and or over here on the Big Island watching guys in Oahu. So I like thank Kenneth Yates, Basta on the MMA Absolute, so for all the blogs and everything you're doing for us. So mahalo Basta.
And for MMAabsolute.com. Thank you, Chad, and best of luck.
Thank you, brother.